What's up, YouTube? Pink Reaper here, back for more Mega Man Battle Network 3. So, in the last part, we finished off a couple more jobs. We fought Proto Man for the first time. And now we're going to finish the last of the two jobs here on the job BBS. So here's the easier and shorter of the two. Give your support. Can't be specific, but something awful is happening. Mighty virus busters come ASAP to Hades Mountain on Hades Isle. Accept this job? Yes. This is not an easy job. I'm going to say that right now, by any stretch of the imagination. It's a pretty difficult job, and it's definitely one that I feel that helps show how the last one we did in the last part, the stamp collecting, is just, it didn't make sense to keep that one for endgame, because compared to this and compared to the actual last job we'll be doing, that one was just too easy. I'm gonna save, in fact. I could very well die here. So I'm talking to this gentleman. You're here. Listen, something terrible is going on. We were doing tests on virus battles in this computer, and somehow they began to multiply out of control. The number of viruses keep increasing. Nothing. Yeah, so basically it's just a virus busting job, but it's with a lot of very strong viruses in some very annoying positions, to say the least. Eleball plus Ice Stage is terrible. Let's just put it like that. Here we have Ratty 3, Sorty 3, and Doomer. Oh, didn't mean to hit the Ratty there. But it's cool, I got a Plant Man chip. This will end things pretty quickly. Ow. Slimist, Pengun, and Shrimpy 3. Okay. The Pengun is the one that needs to go right away, or else we're going to be in trouble. Because something I'm not sure I ever went over is the Penguin set of viruses, if they are on an ice panel, they become invincible. Like, quite literally, you cannot hurt them at that point. You need breaking chips to damage them. And Pengun, anything above Penguin 1 basically is gonna use Ice Stage, just as quickly as possible and make himself invincible. So here we have the start of some, oh wait, that's a bad idea, actually. We have the Omega viruses that we're going to be fighting in this particular job. The first one here being Trumpy. Ow. JKL. I don't care if I only end up hitting one of these guys. I really hope this doesn't land in front of the Snowblow dude. Oh dear. Bam! I can't believe that hit all three of them. Let's do this. Get rid of you first. This is gonna be... Oh, really? I got a counter hit on that? This is gonna be a bothersome one. I'm not really certain what I'm gonna do about this viney enemy here. Really don't want to get hit by it though. Ah. And I don't have any fire chips to use on it either. And he's just healing himself. Oh, I do have a fire chip, I forgot. Awesome. And then I effed it up. Less awesome. Still effing it up. Get at me. Plant Man's not going to do me much good. Come on, help me out here. Give me something good. I'll take it. And then I effed it up again. No me gusta. Dead. There we go. Finally. Yeah, we're not done yet, though. We have Spiky 3, Fishy 2, and Matrado. All the fire viruses. Luckily, none of them are particularly dangerous. This is the only thing you have to watch out for, is being on that platform. But other than that, nothing big. Let's heal a bit. Actually, let's do this. Definitely want to be at full health as much as possible. Fast gauge for no reason. This is going to destroy whatever it hits. And it hits both of them. Dead, dead. Yeah, it's only going to take one hit to kill both of those. Not done yet. Now we have Ella Hornet, Sortie 3, and Scutlist. What is this enemy? It's an enemy we haven't seen yet, but it has an aura, just like Base did. 200 to take down. Unlike Base, however, its aura never comes back up once you take it down. I have a couple chips in here that can do that much damage. But first things first, we need to get rid of that Ella Hornet. That's going to be a bother if I don't get rid of it. If you've played through any of the other Mega Man Battle Network games, you'll actually recognize that particular enemy. I'm gonna have to start adding. It's based off the life virus from the first game. Oh, here we go. That'll take it down. It only fires that beam, nothing else. It does quite a bit of damage with the beam, though, at 200 damage, but it's not a huge threat. There's some other versions of this particular enemy, though, that are very dangerous. I actually find this one to be the least dangerous of them. Great, you deleted the virus faster than they grew, and for all that we get 30 bug frags. Yeah, that's all we get for that. Some pretty tough fights in there if you're not prepared for it, but definitely not the worst. But again, it's still much more difficult than the stamp collecting one. So the last job is definitely the most difficult of them. Why do I do that? I keep going to the wrong area. They saved this one for last on purpose. Trust me on this one. So coming over here. Help with a will. I can't figure out my father's will. Can someone help me unravel its puzzle? First, I'll have to hand over the will. Meet me in front of the Class 5A at AC/DC school. Is that this job? Yes. So, heading back to AC/DC. Now, this is the job that will, like, basically ruin a lot of kids. It's got all of the hardest fights, and there's a lot of stuff you have to do for it. But luckily, I've got all of that pre-set up, basically. Well, that's not true. There's not a lot of stuff to do, but there is something very bothersome. So she's the one who requested the job. I heard about you. You're a great net battler. So I wanted to ask you for your help with this. We got a will. This is her father's will. My father's a net battler too, and he's traveled the world. One day, he left that will behind and just vanished. We lost track of him somewhere in Natopia. I know there's no way I could ask for you to find him, but I was hoping you could at least figure out the will. So yeah. We have to decipher the will, not emails, key items. So going in here, we can actually find the will. And it says Siertidia Krulwheeler Uraurarpulse. Yeah, actually what it says, if you read it down, is squirrel, armor, water heater, devil, pillars. So you have to investigate those things. The first object on the wheel obviously is squirrel. Now you actually can investigate this squirrel, believe it or not. But this isn't the one we're looking for. It's actually the cyber squirrel in the AC/DC area. So again, right into Dex's PC. And head on up over this way. That's the elephant slide. So the squirrel I was talking about was this one, which is clearly an evil squirrel because its eyes are red. But if you investigate it, hey, if the wheel is read sideways, the first word's squirrel. There seems to be a message here. It says, Samurai Armor of Ancient Carnage. Huh? And what's... Look out, Lan, it's a virus! Yeah, and it's some very strong viruses. We've got Totem Omega, Mushy Omega, and Needler Omega. Not the most fun viruses to have to fight against. I'm actually going to be looking to kill that Mushy before anything else. It is definitely going to be the most bothersome of the enemies here. Let's go ahead and kill this one. Oh, I missed. Not a big deal, though. I can kill him pretty easily right here. And you're dead. Alrighty, so the next one is Samurai Armor of Ancient Carnage, apparently. If you read the wheel sideways, obviously it just says armor. The armor we actually know of, the only armor that we know of, is over here in Yoka. Out of my way. I am going to need some sneak run chips for later. I was all out, apparently. In fact, I might as well refill on the untraps, too. This is going to be like your favorite chip, sub-chip trader right there, because he's always got what you need. So this one you don't actually jack into. This one you just investigate. Mega Man, this has to be the suit Will was talking about. There's some kind of message written here. It says, demonic fire that boils water. What's this? Ugh, some viruses jumped into my PET. Yes, somehow viruses jumped out of the armor and into your PET. That doesn't make any sense. So here we have a Heavy Omega, Basher Omega, and Volcano Omega, and luckily for me, I opened up into some very good chips for this particular battle. One, two. I was really hoping that would kill you. Unfortunately, yeah, the volcano heals himself completely every time it... You know what? Every time it touches a lava panel, the volcano completely heals itself. Which is bothersome, to say the least. Which is why I'm going to wait for him to be right there. Hit him with this. And we're done. So as for the demonic demonic heater that boils water, it's actually talking about the water heater that's over in the Yoka area. Which means, yes, for one of the first times ever, we're actually going through Tamako, or one of the first times ever, for one of those rare instances, we're actually going through Tamako's PC. I do have some unlockers. Let's go ahead and get this rather useless chip. Oh, look at Snake D. Yeah, I knew that was in there. I will actually be showing off the snake chips later, though. It's very useful for one particular part of this game, but it's not going to be for a little while. They can actually be very, very damaging, though. I will not I say the snake chip is useless just because I don't want to have to make I don't have enough of that chip and I don't want to make that folder, but if you make a snake folder, it can be extremely powerful. So coming over here, once again, let's save, because I could very well die here. Oops, I didn't read what it said. Oh, it says, the demon awaits in Hades. And look out, land, it's a virus. Of course it's a virus. So here we have Pangy Omega, Slimer Omega, and Jelly Omega. Bam. Bam. Okay, now we just have to deal with this one. Which shouldn't be too hard with this particular set of chips. This actually could be a very, very, very bothersome fight if you don't luck into some really good chips. Luckily, I did. So the this demon awaits at Hades. Obviously, it's talking about Hades Isle. So we're off to the beach. And there we go. So, as you can tell, this is probably... As you can tell, this is definitely the hardest of the jobs they give you in the job BBS. And once again, the back pillars rise straight to heaven. And this... virus has gotten into my PG. And here we have the electric enemies. Oof. This is not a good setup for this. Get it? Ah, this is gonna be bad. Let's at least get that one out of the way. I basically just need a Plant Man chip at this point. But yeah, as you can tell, this is definitely the most difficult job for the job BBS. And it kind of just... It further helps prove my point of, I don't understand why... That'll be useful. I don't understand why the stamp collecting job is with these particular jobs. Like, the stamp collecting job is just so easy compared to this. I mean, yeah, these are all single fights, but they're single fights against extremely, extremely powerful enemies. And like any of these fights, if you roll a bad a bad opening chipset, you could very easily just die right away. I don't know. It strikes me as odd how much more difficult these last two jobs were than that third one. And keep in mind, the stamp collecting is the second to last job. It feels like it should be harder than that. Where am I going now? Right, Scilab. So the pillar, this is the one that can kind of, I guess, confuse some people. There's not a lot, I mean, well, there actually are quite a few things that could be construed as pillars in this game. But the one they're talking about is actually over in the Undernet. If you remember, in Under 3, there's a pillar that goes all the way from the bottom of Under 3 to the top of it. So the pillar the Will is talking about is actually that one. It would actually be faster to get to Under 3 from the beach area. I just don't want to go through the beach area right now. And it's not hugely, hugely faster when compared to this. So I'm back through this way. So I guess now should be a good time to point out, once my team style finally levels up again, I'm actually going to quit with it, and I'm going to go into a new style. There's one other style I really need to level up. Oh, 1 second, guys. I'm getting another phone call. Today is just the day of interrupted interrupted recordings, I guess. Money? Money. 5,000 zennies. So this is the last one. The last part of the will. So clearly it's also going to have the hardest fights. I actually don't remember what's in it, though. Did I buy out everything this guy's got? Yep. Heading over this way. I believe I already opened up Plant Man's cube, so there's nothing really to get over there. Yeah, I already did that. There are still quite a few security cubes I haven't opened, and I will open those. I will open those later. Show you what you get from them. Nothing hugely important. There's one chip that you only get normally. There are other ways to get it. There's like, again, you can get pretty much any chip from a trader, like a chip trader or a bug frag trader or something like that. But there's one chip you only normally get from behind one specific security cube, but generally it's nothing. Is this the one? Yeah. Generally it's nothing super important. Yay, more money. So on my actual Game Boy Advance file, I've mentioned this before. I have a P class. I've got a couple like competitive folders, and literally all I do is just beat up on Proto Man over and over and over again because I can. I've got so much money from like S ranking him over and over again. Here you can have this Spin Dark. Yes, there's a Mr. Prog right there that if you talk to, you get a Spin Dark. Granted, there's only one Dark program in the entire game, and I don't have it, and even when I get it, I'll never use it. So this is the pillar that the job is talking about, but you'll note that I can't actually investigate it down here. You actually have to go all the way to the top. You have to investigate the top of the pillar. And this is where it can get a little difficult for some people. Because the top of the pillar is actually behind a security cube, as you're about to see. Did I go through the wrong one? I went through the wrong one. Shoot. Oh well. Let's go over here anyway. Let's unlock this. This is Desert Man's security cube. And let's get this totally useless chip over here. Sand Stage C. Bleh. Yeah, there's the top of the pillar over there. It's actually behind a security cube, and that one's not too hard, since the game basically just the game actually gives you a hint for where that particular boss is. But I feel like, I mean, if you never see that hint, it can be very difficult. Like, honestly, it can just be difficult overall to find some of the beta nabbies if you just don't know where they already are. Like, I have no reason to ever go back to Hades Isle. The only time I'd go to Hades Isle is just if I'm going through the beach area to here in the Undernet. So how would I know to find Drill Man there? Security Cube seal breaks as Beast Man weakens. Yes, this is Beast Man Security Cube. And there is a very good chip here, though. We get a Step Sword M. That helps round out the Step Sword chips. We also get 500 Zennies. So this is definitely the hardest of the battles. There's something in an indentation on the pillar. Mega Man got a photo. This is data for a family photograph. Okay, let's take it back to the client. Surprise, viruses. So here we have Twins Omega and Dominerd Omega. So this very much one of the most difficult fights in the game. In fact, I almost want to like reset and re-roll what my chips are here. I basically have to get Plant Man, or else I can't win this fight. Like, Plant Man right now is my only hope. And I need to do it quickly, because in about 3 more seconds, that Dominerd's going to use a chip that's going to screw me over hardcore. I just need to get rid of chips as quickly as possible. Oh, come on, where's Plant Man? I'm surprised that Dominerd hasn't used used his chip yet, though. Seriously? Still no Plant Man? I have 3 of them in there. Come on. Oh, that's right. The Dominator will only use it if it's the only enemy on screen. I forgot. So as long as you haven't killed the twin Omegas yet, it won't use its attack. Finally. There we go. Yeah, if you kill the twins but leave the Dominator, it'll use Geddon, which will... Geddon 2, actually, I think. I think it'll skip Geddon 1 and go straight to Geddon 2. And just turn everything on your side of the field to holes. And then it'll just start hitting you until you die, doing like 300 damage each hit. That is definitely a battle that you basically need Plant Man for, or else you're pretty much just not going to win. Either that or you're going to need air shoes. So with that, we're done with the job. We've got the photo. Head back over this way. And we go to talk to the little girl. Man, you solved it. What? This is what he had hidden? Yep, it's a photo. It's a picture of him, me, and my mother. Did he want me to find this? No, that can't be right. He always told me that he wanted me to be a top net battler. Maybe he didn't want me to have the photo per se. He wanted me to have to track it down where it was hidden. Well, anyway, thank you for solving this, Lan. Here, this is a chip that belonged to my father. Think you can put a better use to than I. We got a Recover 300R chip. Yes. I hate to disappoint my father, but I'll never be a net battler. But I'm so happy that he treasured this photo. So yes, we get the best healing chip in the entire game, Recover 300. Nothing recovers more than Recover 300. Let's go ahead and throw that in. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to go buy another Recover 300 to get rid of that Recover 200. Generally in my folders I don't actually use recovery chips. I don't need them, because my folders are made to just like win battles right away. But again, I don't have a really competitive folder right now, so I'm gonna need another recover. And with that, we are done with all of the jobs on the job BBS. So literally everything we've done everything that you can do here in the normal areas of the game with the post-game stuff, with the exception of Fight Chod for Alpha and Beta Proto Man. There is, however, just a little bit more to this game, and by just a little bit, I mean there's a ton left. Trust me on this, there is a lot. And for that, we're going to come over here. We'll go over all the way back to the back end of the Ura Inn. Back to the server back here. Jack into the Undernet server. Head on over to this little hole right here, and the flames turn green. And we're absorbed in. What's this? Yes, it is an extra area. This is one of the secret areas of the game. See? Secret 1. The secret area you can only access after you've beaten the game. There's a bunch of powerful viruses here. Unlike the normal areas, we can't jack out. We can only leave the secret area from right here. And there's quite a bit to do in this area, but for right now, I think we're going to do that in the next part. For right now, we're going to end it off. So thanks for watching, guys. This has been Pink Reaper signing out.